In front of me, I have the Apple Watch Series 10. This is the 42mm GPS version of it. And today we're going to go and do a teardown of it and see how it's built. Just looking off the bat here, we see that the heart rate module is similar to the series from 7000 to the series 3, I believe, where this is built all into just one housing. As with, I believe, the series 4 and beyond, you got this back cover piece here, glass, then metal, then your screen. Now you have the screen, just the shell that goes all the way through, and the monitor here. So we'll go ahead and just open this up, take a look at it, and see how it goes. We'll start with just putting some alcohol here on the sides, and then applying some heat, and then making our way in slowly with a prying tool. So I'm not sure if that's part of the battery or not, but I'll go ahead and remove that screw just in case. I'll go ahead and remove that one there as well. They might be connecting the battery back up here instead of having it on the board on the bottom where they used to. This is similar to how the Series 2s, Series 1s, and Series 3s did it. I believe Series 4s when they switched it into the board, but we'll get this battery out and take a look. Alright, so here is the battery, 290 milliamps, 3.855 volts. Looks like a full charge here, 4.45 volts. And it is indeed similar to previous models from the older generations of the Apple Watches, where the battery connects over here by the Taptic engine, the vibrator. And it looks like we did not need to remove that screw there. That's part of the shield on the right side. That's good to know. Alright, we'll proceed to removing the vibrator here, and then we'll probably move on to the right side over here, see if we can get this board out of here. So on the previous models, like the Series 3s and Series 2s with the Taptic engine, they have the sensors go underneath, so you would have to take out some ribbons that were overlapping. It was quite difficult to do. So hopefully this can be a little bit more modular. Pull out. Now I'm going to remove this screw by the speaker just in case. So it looks like Taptic engine is being held by this screw here. Okay, we should be able to pop it out now. Okay, there's the connector for it. Is it on a ribbon now? It is. Alright, so all previous models before, it was just a connector where you clip it on and off. This time they utilized a ribbon similar as what you would find over here. So one of these sort of connectors here. So we'll get that out. So it seems like they just made it a bit more delicate. Saves on space, I'm assuming. Get that connector thinner. Alright, let me... Looks like the tape is over 2 connectors here. So we'll just go ahead and remove the tape. Probably in the future it'll be best to just remove the tape as it's on 2 connectors and not just 1. That is what we are looking at. So with right side up, like so. You want to connect it in, close it, set it down. Alright, so we'll disconnect this over here. And it looks like the GPS model follows similar to other models where they have this connector right here. I'm going to assume the LTE version has it. Well, actually there is no back cover. It comes in through here, but there might be something else that goes through there with different models, but we'll have to see with an LTE version how that connector is going to look. Alright, so we have one of those flat ribbons right there as well. Again, I'm assuming they swapped it out from the other connectors from the previous model to just have this be thinner. So I'm gonna assume this is for the heart rate sensor unless they have the heart rate sensor built in through this ribbon like they do previous model. This actually might be for the crown. Crown goes here. We'll see what that's for. But we'll go ahead and remove this right side. Okay, so we have the crown over here. Okay, that seems to be for the microphone. So we'll just lift that up and over, because it does seem like we will be able to take out this board no problem out of here if we lift up all these ribbons out of the way. So if we fold it up and out, microphone, then if we rotate the crown like so, should have plenty of clearance. Now it looks like they changed up this port, so I'm gonna assume that this is the diagnostic port. You see it on older models. They used to have it inside here, inside the housing. So they used to sit inside the housing right here where they have this whole shell, and it seems like instead of where you have the Ultras and just the newer Series 9 stuff, they have it built into the back cover on the corner. I believe the top right or top left, they have it built in and like sits on the back cover and it's done wirelessly. I'm assuming they now have it right here, probably slide something on, and they have probably still wireless. They have that connection there. Now, do I want to lift that up is the question. Go ahead and do so. It's probably on just double-sided tape, some kind of adhesive. There we go. I could totally be wrong. This could be something else. Again, this is my first time taking a look at this opening up. I also didn't take a look online or anywhere of these being taken apart. We do have that chip there though. Just about take the board out. Go ahead and just loosen these up. There we go. That is now loosened up. Power button. Got some screws there in the back. Alright, I think we are ready. Alright, we got that speaker there. We didn't remove the speaker. Similar ribbons to the other ones. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove these 2 screws here at the bottom of the watch. We'll see if that's enough to take the board out. I think we can keep the speaker in and take the board out, but we will take a look. We'll probably have to pick it up this way if we can. I'm assuming the heart rate sensor is part of the new design. I mean, we still have that design there in the newer models. So the heart rate and charging should all come from this ribbon here to the back, and the ECG functionality as well. Alright, we'll see if we have any give to the board. Okay, there's probably double-sided tape holding the board down. I'll take a closer look and see if we got anything else that I might be missing, because this is a little bit far away from me, so gotta get a little bit closer to take a look. Alright, well, first thing, I'll close these connectors here. Okay. Okay, we should be good to go. Just, we're gonna have to make sure these ribbons are gonna be flat because we don't want to tear them. I mean, we will be able to repair them, but that will not be nice. All right, just a little bit of alcohol in the back. So we'll throw some in here as well. I'm sure if we heat up the back, it will also make it easier to get the adhesive softened up, but we'll just take it nice and easy. Okay, so we're just gonna have to make sure that those ribbons . Okay, yep, looks like we have the same connections as the newer models. We'll go ahead and disconnect that ribbon right there in the back. So it's right there. Camera might be having difficulties picking that up. All right, that's disconnected, we should be able to just take the board out. All right, there we go. So maybe a bit too much alcohol was used there, but okay. So here we have the board. So we got the screen ribbon here, power ribbon, as well as for the crown connectors there. Then we got speaker, taptic, microphone connector. There's the power connector, or for the battery connector. Then over here we have charging and all the heart rate functionality. So ECG, heart rate, charging, it's all done right here. So the charging coil connects to those 2 points there. That white ribbon is part of the ECG functionality. Heart rate's underneath. All right, so you might as well take this completely apart. Do you want to take a look at that heart rate sensor? Let's take it out. Yep, we got one more screw that was hiding. Okay, so it looks like this ribbon has both of these combined here. Assuming it's probably soldered, that the speaker solders to this connection ribbon somewhere over here. Or like right there or so. Or it's just folded in on itself. We'll find out. Yep, so it was indeed soldered on. So you would not want to do that. Take that off. I'll have to repair that if I can. Okay, so it looks like taking off the shield would give us access to taking out this power button, as well as being able to take out the microphone there. Why not? Okay, so there is your power button, mic. There's our power button. Alright, and all that's left is the crown here, as well as that connector there on the top, but we will leave that be. And if you do want to take out the crowns, there's a flat side over there that you'll press, and then that will lock the crown, and then you can unscrew it. Alright, so we're gonna make an attempt to take this heart rate sensor out. It could be slight adhesive, but it's probably friction pressed in with maybe an adhesive as well. So this might be a little tricky, as we'll probably need quite a bit of force to pull it out. But again, it's glass, so you can't put too much force into a single point. Because I'm assuming when they press it on, this whole area will be covered and will be like so, and then they'll just, friction fit it right in. Similar what you would do like on glass for an actual watch, but speculation on my part, could be differently. I'll just apply a little bit of heat just in case there is adhesive. Hopefully that will soften it up with the alcohol as well. I wonder if I can just press with my thumb in the center. Hopefully that will disperse the weight. Because if I go in the corner with the spudger or something, that might not turn out too well. Alright, let's give it a go. Not too much pressure. Okay, and that's on there really good. Now, what if I... Oh, that's uneven distribution. I feel like it will crack if I don't pull it out all at the same time. This is where a press would be nice. Okay, that's not going anywhere. I'm sure it can get taken out, but just not like that. Now, probably one of the main problems would be this back glass cracking if someone drops it. Let's see, did that get underneath anything? Okay, maybe. Okay, so yeah, the plastic is getting underneath. I'm surprised. But again, the glass ends all the way, where is it? Pretty much like over here is where the glass ends. So that's probably where it's fit it in. So yeah, that can go in a little bit, but okay, this may break. Oh yeah, definitely cracked that glass. All right, guess we'll see how it is. There's definitely an adhesive here of some kind, so it's glass all the way around. Yeah, so if we're gonna pull this out, best way would be to use some sort of press from the inside so it can distribute that weight evenly. Some strong adhesive that they're using. And hope you can see that. As you can see, beveled in at an angle, so it's not just flat. So it does use friction to hold it in place as well. If this was flat, it would have come off a lot easier, but just the friction. It has a slight concave to it. Okay, I'll have to go put on some glasses. Don't want to get some shards of glass in my eyes. But I had to break that essentially. We're gonna have to get some sort of press to get these out, because as you can see, it's concaved, and whatever adhesive they're using on it's pretty strong. So design, yeah, the inside isn't bad. That's going to be a pain to replace unless we get some sort of press that will pull it out. There's going to be no way to do it by hand. Yeah, that is it's like some welding, glass welding to metal agent probably. But yeah, what we'll need, because what I tried to do is distribute the weight, I mean with my thumb, right? Because we got all that evenly, but I mean, we can only do so much force with that. So what we will need is similar to where you do normal watches. You'll essentially have something here, you know, circle ball, and almost like a hydraulic press of some kind. So something to hold this in. So push evenly on all sides and distribute that weight and just pop it out. And if they have an adhesive, that's whatever they're using over here, because this is a different adhesive. This is probably a glass to metal bonding agent of some kind, whether to ceramic or whatever it might be. Right, well, that's essentially it right there. Okay, so that's where our adventures come to an end here. So we got that concave lip. Here's the heart rate. So you got your sensors, your 4 lights, another one in the center there, ECG, your wireless charging. And they're probably using some kind of glass to metal bonding agent of some kind, because it's not completely rock solid hard, but it's also not as soft as an adhesive. It crumbles apart a little bit, unless that's me scraping the plastic right there, because this ring over here does seem to be more of a plastic material. So this inlay here could be some other material, probably not plastic, but maybe a fiber of some kind. Well, that's the end of our adventures. It's taking a look at the Apple Watch Series 10, and hopefully in the future we can have some repairs done on these. See you next time.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you guys love what we do, please support us. You guys can click on the links that we have on the end screen. You guys can buy our parts, sales, or service so we can continue to make great videos for you guys for many more years. Thank you.